Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from Tinaheals.com, and as discussed, I am back with my tarot readings. So this is Thursday and it is the 6th today, and within the next 3 days we have our next lunation or the Leo full moon. This is a very, very beautiful energy because it is adventurous. Leo the lion has to do with creativity, spontaneity, adventure, romance, children, being childlike. That means being in a state of wonder. Osho used to say, when you are in a state of wonder, it is only then that you receive the most. So, we are now ready after this intense 2020 started off with that Saturn conjunct Pluto, and that was kind of like the two death stars meeting with the wish of Thanatos, or the death drive, as Saturn and Pluto have been named. So then we had, of course, all the eclipses that eventually wrapped up. We had the Aquarius new moon, and we are here right now. And Leo's not been a sign that has really been activated for quite a while. So here we have a beautiful Leo full moon where La Luna stands opposite the sun, who is in Aquarius. I mean, this is Aquarius season, so it's interesting to see how Leo and Aquarius are the polarities are two different types of feelings when it comes to love. Aquarius is the more cold, detached, kind of intellectual compatibility. But Leo is about being open, being absolutely in love, being silly sometimes. Leos can be quite silly. Yes, they appear theatrical and dramatic, but they can be quite silly if they want to, because they have this childlike wonder within them. Okay, so of course the most important aspect that happens during a full moon is that sun and moon are in opposition. So of course that the moon really does not disappear and does not become whole, or waxing and waning phases are how light falls on the moon, and due to its rotation we see the moon being illuminated in a certain way. So if you understand this metaphor, the moon illuminates us as she moves through her cycles. The month is literally from derivative from the etymological root of moon. So month and moon are linked. They are the same because a month is 29.5 days, the time that the moon takes to go around the earth. And the moon has the new moon, then the first quarter, then the half moon, and then the full moon. So these are different stages through which light the solar light is reflected back to us. And this is, believe me, beautiful, because when we see the full moon, we see her opposite the sun, and she is in all her glory, bringing to us that solar wisdom that is so important, because we get invigorated with the full moon every month. Like new moons are the time for seeding, full moons are the time of completion. So and if you go out in the night sky, you cannot avoid seeing La Luna in all her glory and splendor as she glows in the sky, because she's so visible. She makes her presence felt. And I think this illumination from the sun is the most powerful during a Leo lunation. When the moon is in the sign that the sun rules, she's glowing in his light, in his home. And she is ready to show us, illuminate within us our true divine spark. Leo is not just about showing you the light that is within them, or illuminating themselves with theatricity and drama, theatrics and drama. Leo is about illuminating that divine spark within you, that is within all of us. So this full moon, let yourself be the guiding light to awakening that inner divine spark in somebody. Find somebody to love, to cherish, to just have an adventure with, because Leo full moons are about adventure. We have Mars in Sagittarius trining this full moon, and Mars is going through something very powerful, okay, because Mars is action principle, and Mars is, right as we speak, Mars is edging towards the galactic center. I've already made a detailed video about the galactic center, so check that video out if you haven't already. So the Mars is our action principle, which is being plugged into the cosmic Akashic records, and information is coming streaming, because the galactic center is really the hotbed of all information. It is beyond the comprehension of human intellect. It can only be it's the place from where we come. It is at in the very middle of our galaxy, Sagittarius, and there we have this powerful zone called the galactic center, and Mars will be conjunct the galactic center. Mars is action principle. Mars is strong in Sagittarius, okay, because Sagittarius Mars is outdoorsy and can be intellectual as well as very visceral. Can debate with you, can argue with you, talk about philosophy, and go run a marathon. That is Mars in Sagittarius. Okay, maybe not a marathon because Sag doesn't have that endurance, whereas Mars in Capricorn would probably run a marathon much better. But Mars conjunct this galactic center, it's beautiful, because Jupiter was right there while his stay in Sagittarius. He's just left Sagittarius, gone on to Capricorn, where he is in fall, of course. So Mars is in a strong position, conjunct the galactic center, bringing to us through this trine aspect. Trine is when the two elements combine and they make a harmonious conversation called the trine. So the moon, La Luna, is in a powerful conversation with Mars, and Mars is saying, look at all this information. Let us edge towards our spiritual path, because now it is about ascension to a higher state of awareness. It's not like we are going to disappear and land up in 5D together. No, it's a slow progression. Everything is about putting in the work and then being rewarded. That is how the Earth School works. Don't forget that, people. You are here for a very specific purpose. And then we've got Venus conjunct Chiron during this lunation. So this is a very powerful conversation again. And Black Moon Lilith is also in Aries. And Black Moon Lilith just met up with Chiron. And Chiron, the wounded healer, and Black Moon Lilith are like Jesus, the archetypes of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. So that's very beautiful. And now Venus comes in, and she's somehow edging us towards self-fulfillment, self-actualization, facing those wounds. Don't forget, Chiron has been pivoting on this degree for quite a while. Chiron was lost in this zone in April 2019. And of course, Venus went into Aries during that time. And then Chiron was already there, and they met up over there. So there was already this very powerful meeting, but Chiron retrograded back, and then Chiron is here again, and Chiron was here again June, July, and August of 2019. And now Chiron is going to move forward, taking us towards a truly awakened new dawn, and to truly feel satisfied about healing those wounds. That's what Venus will do. She's going to uplift this vibe that Chiron has, and will say, now it is time to heal. Now it is time to let go of what you're holding on. It's not necessary. Move on. Let's go. Let's go. And Venus being in Aries is again a huge energetic shift, and that's going to happen during this lunation. So we have quite a lot of fire activation suddenly, and everything becomes lighter. Okay, everything becomes more sort of, interesting. and more fun, if I may say, because we've had a very sobering, grounding, Saturnine influence. So maybe it is time now to ground those, to not just ground ourselves, but to experience something ephemeral. Fire is ephemeral, yes, but it is what creates. It's time to create something. So Aries, Venus is going to come into Aries, meet Chiron in your sign. It's going to be very beautiful. Of course, we know that Mars is now in your ninth house, conjunct the galactic center, and that is probably, that has to do with foreigners and foreign work. Maybe something you were working with foreigners, and that's coming full circle. Maybe some really powerful connections, because this is Mars conjunct the galactic center during this lunation, you know. So it's really beautiful. It's happening in your fifth house, of course, Aries. You know, Leo's your fifth house, and that is the house of joy. It is the house of, it's where Venus is, it has a joy according to the planetary joys, and Venus is ecstatic here. So you've got Aries, you've got a new romance coming, some of you, or you know, you really see your partner in a new light, because the Leo full moon is going to illuminate your fifth house. And this could also be about children, about something creative, okay, and something that you really wanted to do, and you can do it. And this time Luna's sort of in a bucket formation, and she's the top of the bucket, so she's holding all these powerful planets in the signs below her. So what can you expect with this lunation in the fifth, Aries? Okay, too many options are in front of you, and you are spoiling those options. You're not taking the correct course of action, and you're either you know, spending too much time and money partying, or you know, just thinking about it and not taking concrete action. So Seven of Cups is you, and see how the figure is turned away. So it means you're avoiding something, and you're sort of in a state of denial, if I may say so. Or you feel like, okay, I've really had a rough time, and what am I going to do now? So let's see one more clarifier from the thought. And we've got debauch. Again, Seven of Cups, which has a huge connotation with debauchery. And, you know, running after many different people, and not... Venus is in your sign. But, you know, both times Spirit telling me that Seven of Cups is your message. Crowley called the thought deck also debauchery. So Aries, what's going on? Just remember that it's okay to fall in love, but it's not okay to just chase someone and then get bored with them and move on to the next object of chase, because it can really hurt people. Okay, now moving on to Taurus. This Aries is your 12th house, so this is a secretive subconscious zone where, you know, all the past lives are being triggered. All the information is coming to you through Chiron and through the lens of Venus, you know, Venus in the 12th. It can be a time to dream, it can be a time to heal, Taurus, and of course Uranus is in your sign. So it's going to be a very different experience for you with this 12th house full moon. Somehow I felt like Spirit told me to tell you that whatever happens, it's going to be very different, and how much you have evolved and how much you have grown will now come to your understanding, and you will see what you need to see. Okay, Taurus, this is your 4th house. Okay, so Leo is your 4th house. So Ace of Cups just fell out, so I'm just going to keep it there. Cups again, you see. 4th house, family, foundations, the mother. These things could become important. You could move somewhere, you could buy some property, or even see the place where you need to move. I would not suggest moving because of the Mercury retrograde. And of course we have very beautiful aspects happening, like Jupiter is going to be sextile Neptune, which is again a really harmonious aspect between the two powerful planets, and this happened only once during 2011. It didn't happen again, and this year it's happening 3 times. So fourth house lunations are solidly introverted sometimes. Sometimes it could be about finding somebody new who can become your fourth house, your family, Taurus. Always keep that in mind. Again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Cups again. So emotions are at play. Innocence, childhood, really connecting with your inner child, getting blessed, okay? Having, being given gifts, having, being told something that you may have missed about your family. This is about family and roots and emotions. This could be about pregnancies. So if you're pregnant, you go back to your parents and you have a really fulfilling time with them. Maybe even understand how some traumas are blocking you and really move through them, Taurus. It's a blessing, both these cards for you. And from the Thoth Tarot, let's see what comes up for you from this deck. I've recently just been reading mostly from this. Okay, Valor. This is interesting. It's 7 of Wands. It means there could be a fight that can come out of nowhere. I mean, not really nowhere, because all this is very familial, very known, something known. And you may feel like, you know, you have to put up a fight. You have to somehow prove your point or even demarcate your boundaries, Taurus. You can be quite stubborn. So, you know, maybe this lunation, a fourth house lunations are very nice, although the fourth house can be a bit weary because it deals with our past and our childhood, and sometimes there could be trauma hidden there. So somebody could make a go at you and you may have to, this could even be at work, okay? But believe me, you have very blessed energy with the Ace of Cups and the 6 of Cups is beautiful. So Gemini, third house lunation, and 11th house, all this beautiful Aries energy with, you know, 11th house is a house of gifts. So gifts and boons in large communities. So you are going to probably meet new friends, Gemini, or be accepted with your online community way more than before, because of Venus is moving in and touching Chiron there, and from there you have this really powerful emblematic healing of the male and the female, and this is the Hieros Gamos, or the sacred marriage. And the sacred male and female are not just representation of people, but they are the Hieros Gamos is inside, okay? So Venus in your 11th house of gifts and boons and the internet and larger communities, your videos could be going viral. Your writing, Gemini, for many of you, your writing could be going viral, and or more appreciation coming your way, or somebody really noticing in your office or larger groups, maybe some clubs you go to, and you really can, you know, have some kind of verbal gymnastics and display your skills, Gemini. So let's see what the Tarot has to say for you. 11th house, beautiful activation with Venus and Chiron. And what can I say? Third house is a very good house, Gemini. Siblings, against local communities. So communities are definitely being heightened for you. Maybe you get to speak somewhere, Gemini. Okay. Pulling for Gemini. A state of suspension. You may be raring to go. You may be raring to achieve certain things, but they're not quite working out the way you want them to. It could also be about you changing your perspective, so you start seeing things in a more in a different light, because the Hangman has changed his perspective. So waiting can be boring or stagnating, but it can also be enlivening, especially with this lunation in your third. It would be a very powerful month for you to really go ahead, learn something. If things are not moving as quickly as you want them to, especially with that promotion or with the payments that you were expecting about your business, it could be a time of waiting, but not just waiting and doing nothing, because Gemini, you have some really good stuff happening for you with the internet. So It's time to use that energy, you know. So for the third tarot I pull for you, some of you are getting worried, okay? And this is Five of Pentacles. So it's financial worry, that penury, abject poverty, that maybe you've gotten over, or maybe somebody took your money, you know, cheated you in some way. So this Five of Pentacles, and this tells me that in some way you feel like you're left out. It could even be ancestral property that you've been left out of, Gemini, and you feel like, you know, no one's sharing with you, no one's caring, and you feel scared in a way that, will I be able to manifest my best life? But I think you will. It is about changing your perspective. That is what Spirit is urging me to tell you, Gemini. Change your perspective, because this is a very, very lucky year for you, with the nodes moving into your sign, and it's going to be really powerful, you know. And this lunation, that is such a strong zone for you in the 11th house. So remember that. Okay, now moving on to Cancer. Cancer, what can I say? Lots happening for you, especially because everything was opposite your opposite you in your 7th house. Partnerships may have, you know, fallen through. A lot of marriages could have broken for Cancerians. And with the Leo full moon being in your 2nd house of income and resources, I think that you are looking at ways to, of course, increase your income. For some of you, this is a good time to release your website or anything on your business that you need to really spruce up and feel confident and really go out there and say it, because action principle Mars is conjunct the galactic center. So in a way, we are being, you know, divinely motivated to do something, divinely being urged to look at other options. And for you, the 2nd house activation is not just about money. The 2nd house, it's about how the money comes to you, or how the resources come to you, so you may have your own sense of self-worth. 2nd house is very, very much about self-worth. So I think that there's going to be an increase over there, definitely, with all this energies happening in your... And of course, Aries is your 10th house. So Venus moving into your 10th house, meeting Chiron, being conjunct there, trining this, you know, by sign, trining this lunation. Yeah, it's powerful. It's very, very effective for you to go and show yourself. 10th house is about how you shine, how you are accepted, your social recognition. So Cancer, suns or ascendants, moons, it is about social recognition and money coming to you through that. 10th house Venus is amazing. Okay, amazing times ahead. This whole period of really displaying your work and getting called out for it, like in a good way, and people seeing the hard work you've done and really appreciating you, and your sense of self-worth growing, Cancer. I see that happening. 3 of Cups, which is about teamwork, which is about get-togethers, parties, celebrations, maybe even office parties. 2nd house, you know, income. So somehow you could even be celebrating because you got a raise. Don't waste all your money. This is a very jubilant, very celebration-oriented vibe. It could also mean teamwork and really free-flowing exchange of ideas in your team, so you even can flourish further and further. So let's see what your clarifier says for you. The Knight of Swords. So it's time to get swift. It could be an email, this Knight of Swords. If it's a person with whom you are celebrating, this person can be quite cold, quite Aquarius, if you ask me, this Knight of Swords. Somehow I feel Aquarius. And this person is in a way, and Aquarius is your 8th house. So there's something hidden, something coming to you. And this person could be cruel, but very intellectual, and you can be very, very attracted. This card is propelling me to tell you that it could be a huge attraction quotient here, but then, you know, you are very emotional, and this person is not emotional. So that could, you know, work to your detriment. So take care of that. Leo, with the lunation in the full moon in your sign, this is the time to shine. It's my time to shine. Yes, it is, Leo. It's your time to shine and be bright and be beautiful out there. So not only will you shine, but make sure you make somebody else shine. Because Leo has this inherent propensity to show other people their inner light, their inner illumination. Leo is about illuminating things. Yes, it's about dramatics and theatrics and all of that, but it is also about providing illumination and being the source of light in so many cases. So Leo, this full moon, do not let brashness, ego, conceit, vanity stop you from truly illuminating your natal power. Okay, being born with the Leo sun is very fortuitous. It is very beautiful. Even though I have a Leo 0 degree 12th house sun, I'll still tell you it's beautiful. A Leo ascendant, one of the best ascendants to have, if you know how to keep that vanity in check. Now, Leo, for you, Aries is your ninth house, the foreigners, foreign travel. So Venus going in there definitely brings about a romantic connection from far away, a Venus of sorts from somewhere very far away, Leo. And she could actually come and help you heal, or he could actually come and help you heal, because they're meeting, she's meeting Chiron, Venus is meeting Chiron in your ninth house. So if you've not traveled for long, you can be making travel plans, or even really catering to a foreign clientele with this is going to be amazing. Okay, for people like me who work online, all our clientele is international, it's not local. So it's a very good time with the ninth house activation to really understand how to work with foreigners, appreciate their culture, appreciate the beauty of ethnic customs and mores and traditions, because there's just so much to learn. And Leo loves learning. That's one of the most positive things about a Leo person, I think. Now, beautiful ninth house and first house, definitely going to travel. And when the full moon is on your sign, it's about the physical body if you're a Leo ascendant. It's about your emotions if you're a Leo moon. So for some of you Leo ascendants, even sun, you could just start looking different, or just really glowing with that inner light. It's going to be beautiful. So let's see what I have for you, Leo. Okay, I'm not reading cards reversed today for some reason. Chariot, this is a card of Cancer, so it could mean your 12th house if you're a Leo ascendant. But and 12th house of subconscious fears and all that. If not, then if you're just a Leo sun, or if you're just Leo moon, then this is about you going forward, using the will of the willpower, the will of the mind, and to really achieve what you need to achieve. It won't be easy, because you need to harness these beasts, and these beasts go in opposite direction. So how will you, it's about taming your animal self, if you ask me, and then making the whole machinery of life smooth flowing. It's not easy, but that you are crowned with willpower, tremendous willpower, and you have this powerful chariot that takes you to places. So chariot is about action. Some of you could literally be moving or taking action, or really saying what you need to say, or looking the way you want to look. It's really a powerful influence, and you will walk through duality for sure, Leo, as all of us are doing. But I think with this chariot energy, the choice will ultimately be yours. Yeah, you could sell your soul to the devil, but wow, so we've got the 8 of Wands, okay? 8 of Wands is swiftness. So there is a quick moving energy with this. Oftentimes, 8 of Wands is also about emails or messages or texts or job offers coming straight at you. But if you're thinking about doing something, then go about and do it. But I mean, it will take a lot out of you, because you have to really work out on how to harness these beasts and make the chariot move. There's a lot of this that could the symbology of Hermes. So it's also about communicating correctly. Swiftness, 8 of Wands, is actually about communicating properly. 8 is a very divine number. It's a number of the goddess. Swiftness, I see, Leo. Swiftness. Now Virgo, my beautiful Virgos, a full moon in your 12th. Taking a spotlight to your dreams, to your subconscious, to your ancestral calling, to your fear of incarceration, maybe taking a holiday and going to some hotels, luxury hotels, or getting your mental health looked at. 12th house of mental health. So if in some way your anxiety is off the rockers, mental health is not just a psychiatrist, it could be a tarot reader, it could be an astrologer. It's time to really calm that Virgo and anxiety. Virgo rules the digestion and it's and the nervous system also. So it's very important for you to figure out your diet, especially with the 12th house lunation, otherwise you will get acidity. Okay, and Venus is moving into your 8th house of other people's resources, 8th house of death, rebirth. You could, of course, if you're having some kind of feud with someone, like your husband, alimony or something, it could come easier. Venus meets Chiron there, so there's a healing, a Hieros Gamos, a sacred marriage taking place in Aries. And with this Hieros Gamos that takes place, the alchemical sacred marriage between the masculine Chiron and the feminine Venus, and of course Black Moon Lilith is in Aries too. So this is a time like, to really embrace the Aryan warrior. In your 8th house is house of secrets. Secrets could come out. Certain things that you kept a secret even to yourself could just surface. 8th house is the unconscious, the domain of Pluto, Scorpio. It's deep, it's penetrative, and there's always pearls to be gleaned from there, So let's see what I have for you, Virgo. Yes. 10 of Swords. So a very, very difficult time that you've gone through. And I did say Virgos had it easy because, all this Capricorn energy was trining your signs. But, Virgos, knowing them, they cannot have it easy because they are really super perfectionists. So having said that, 9s are about completion. When this pops up, I'm actually quite happy because I always feel like, 10 of Swords, it's always about completion, but starting of something new as well. Because remember, 10s are 1s and 0s, so it's a binary calculation, okay? And with this, it's like this person is down and out, but that's what it looks like. But I don't think so. I think the old me or you is sacrificed and a new rebirth has taken place. And with this 8th house activation, I think this card is emblematic of that alchemical change that I was speaking about. The change that is going to come. The old you will lie like this while you walk up, and you just walk out, because you will not let these swords hurt you and harm you. 10s are about endings as well as new beginnings, because 1s and 0s binaries. All the codes in the world are binary codes. We even have quantum codes, but let's not go there. All the computers are 0s and 1s binary information. So there is definitely a very painful cycle, Virgo, that is closing and that is wrapping up for you. And I could not be happier, Virgo. I'm actually happy when that happens and that pops up. So I picked 2 cards. I'm going to keep both of them because they're both major arcana. And I did feel really sad that I picked this card for you, Virgo. But yeah, look here what we have. We've got the Star, which is you will find healing. And this is the High Priestess. So you will definitely find healing from this cycle. if you listen to your intuition, and if you just allow the waters of knowledge to heal you. Okay, this is the card of Aquarius, Virgo. So Aquarius is your 6th house, and Saturn will be moving into your 6th house. So, you know, take care of your health, take care of any pets you have. If they have any problems, that can get exacerbated with Saturn in the 6th. Your everyday work routine is going to change like crazy. And of course, this is the High Priestess, the card associated with the water signs. It's all about imagination, intuition, ESP, and of course, listening to our womb and our feminine. I spoke about the Hyros Gamos, the alchemical marriage between the masculine and the feminine deep within us, as well as externally, as well as internally. So participate in the Hyros Gamos, this 12th house lunation. It is going to be quite something. Now, Libra, 11th house party scene happening for moon. What does that mean? 11th house is the house of joy, and it is the place where Jupiter finds joy, and Jupiter is the greater benefic. So 11th house activities are always amazing, and with your with the new moon in with the full moon in Leo there, it's about friends, new friends, possibly increase in your online community. You're really going out there and speaking to people, because Libra, this is your 11th house. You know, this is your larger communities, any kind of clubs you could be associated with, and there you suddenly shine there because of something you do. Librans are very artistic, very sensitive, but sometimes appearance and external concepts take a precedence over reality and raw truth. So do not hide from the raw truth this lunation, because whatever's coming to you is going to be so beautiful. You know, you don't need to hide from it. You don't need to run away from it. If you've been sick, Venus and Chiron in your 6 could help you heal. Okay, could help you heal. If someone's been maligning your name, you could find peace with them, you know, because 6th house also people who are subordinate to you. If you've been having conflict with people like that, that could even resolve itself. Look, Libra, the fool, a new beginning, a new relationship, also possibly online. Somebody you meet online could be younger than you, and you have this really crazy spark with them, and you're really motivated to maybe even visit them, or they're motivated to visit you, and a really powerful love story starts. For some of you not interested in the love side, just go with the flow, you know, just go with the flow. It could be some really crazy adventure that's coming at you. Whatever it is, your life will change. Queen of Cups. So this is a Piscean energy that I feel, Libra, sort of like a Piscean energy that I feel. With your opposition is of course Aries, so you know, any kind of marriage issues could be solved, especially with Venus and Chiron meeting in your 7th house, Libra, your polarity. So yeah, some new relationship is definitely coming your way. Sensitive, could be even be an actress or an actor involved in the film community in some way. Okay, this new person that you're going to go out with. 7th house activation with Venus going into your 7th house. Yes, you can expect all of that. Now, Scorpio, what can I say? 3rd house, you have Mars in your 2nd. So that's giving you some financial suggestions to work through. Maybe increase your finances or get help. Mars will be on conjunct the galactic center during this lunation, trining this lunation. So that is quite a supportive way for you to take you know, some kind of stance about your income or your self-value, Scorpio, right? And Leo's your 10th house. What can I say? You're going to show, you're going to glow. Leo is your 10th house, Scorpio. So Aries is your 6th house of health, of pets, subordinates. So there you have Venus meeting Chiron. So some health issues could be resolved for you. Scorpio also 10th house activation, definitely a lunation. The 10th house means social recognition. You will be seen, you will be noticed in your work, and people will be talking about your achievements. You could even be rewarded or get an award. For some Scorpios are going to get an award. Okay, and with the Venus in your 6th, you will be able to perform tasks easier. Okay, somehow your day-to-day is going to become easier. Right? So let's see what I have for you, Scorpio. Queen of Wands. We have a lunation in the fire sign, so this could bring about some leonine, solidly, tempestuous and passionate relationship. And this Queen of Wands could literally manifest in your life. She's passionate, sensual, very sexual, very libidinal, and he or she challenges you, and you're ready for the challenge. You're fixed, both fixed. Your 10th house, Leo, you're fixed. So for some of you, this, if you're not into the romance side, Queen of Wands literally means finding your own power. Osho calls the Queen of Wands sharing. So maybe you've become so fertile and so fecund, and you've created such an abundance that it is time to share. Maybe knowledge, maybe some kind of real things, maybe even with your time. Share some time and make time for some people. Queen of Wands is about really taking your passion to the next level and being serious about what you're passionate about. Okay, even being serious about your sensuality. Understanding your power as a woman. For some Scorpios, this could mean healing from some kind of trauma. Okay, because we've got that Chiron Venus thing happening. Black Moon Lilith is also in your 6th house. You could be feeling angry at times and upset at times. Of course, Mercury is already in shadow. We know that. And on the 16th, Mercury will be retrograde. So this is virtue. This is 3 of Wands. And this is virtue. So again, Wands, very lot of fiery energy, creativity, sexual sparks, working in it with a team. And I think while working in that 10th house scenario where you work in your in your life's work, there could be someone who just comes about and brings this really interesting team dynamics where you just realize the virtue of being with that person, or the virtue she awakens in you. That could be a possibility, Scorpio, showing you a new side to life. Okay. All right, now who do we have? Sagittarius. We have Mars in your sign. So it's, if you want to get fitter, this is the time to get fit, get exercising, get moving. Venus in your 5th house, new romance, Sag. Mars on your ascendant and Venus in your 5th, libidinal for sure. You're going to be very, very libidinal and sexual this the full moon. And you're going to feel like titillated, and you want to really express yourself and feel those vibes. And Venus is in a harmonious aspect. Not only it's in a trine, she's in a trine with Chiron also by sign. So and Mars, if you have anything near the 27 degrees of Sag, say your ascendant degree, then you are going to be surcharged with energy. Okay, and divine information, Sagittarius, that is going to come to you. Divine inspiration that is going to come to you. Leo being your 9th house of foreign travel, foreigners, you could meet someone, of course, because this is a 9th house donation, or you could even be making travel plans. if things have been stagnant, especially on those lines, you could start making long distance travel plans. Sagittarius, are you happy? Because you are the person forever bitten by wanderlust, aren't you? You just want to travel, travel, travel. So let's see what the Tarot has to say for you. Let's see the message the Spirit wants to give you. Yes, all the ego constructs are going to fall. So certain things are going to get chaotic around this full moon. It doesn't have to be literally. Of course, some of you take care of fire, because for some people this card also is a harbinger of fires that get started in the house. So some of you Sagittarius, if you're watching this, take precaution. Put your candle off. Don't leave it close to the curtains. My client last week just almost burned down a house because of her incense and her candles that she was doing this night ritual, leaving candles on. So, sorry for that. I think my sound was sort of on. Okay, let me just finish this up, I guess. I'm sorry if that upset you. Okay, the Tower is, some people call it a bad card, but I don't. And look, what are the odds of the Tower popping up 2 times? None, right? Like 1 in a billion. But it just did. So something drastic, something abrupt, a change that you were not expecting, a change that you may not desire could happen. Okay, some conflict, some clash, could be, yeah, even literally, as I said, fires for some people. Sagittarius, take care. Okay, now we have Capricorn. For us Capricorn, you still have Saturn, Pluto, and Mars is coming soon. Mars is in your 12th and coming in soon. And Mars will be conjunct the galactic center, just a sign before you, trining this really beautiful lunation that is happening in your 8th house. Okay, this is this is about things hidden. Of course, things that were hidden can come out. Illumination in the 8th house. If you've got any enemies or any kind of health issues, can also pop up with the 8th house. Okay, and I guess just a really good time to wrap up with all those taxes and every single thing, and really complete the chores of whatever was hidden, or whatever's like, if there's an inheritance case that needs to be filed, you need to put in more effort into that and study that more often, because Mercury is already stationing, retrograde is already is in station, and that happens for you in your 3rd house of siblings. That could really complicate things for you, so network, anything mercurial, you could lose messages, right? And of course Venus moving into your 4th house and meeting Chiron there could mean healing, family healing, some kind of powerful family healing. And with Uranus being in your 5th house, it is definitely bringing you new experiences with love, okay, and new ways of being with love. Okay, so this is powerful. And 8th house donations, you could also find a way to get healthier. The 8th house is quite an interesting house, actually. Quite it's not such a powerful house because it's not an angular house, but still it's Scorpio's domain of the unconscious. Something from the unconscious could be illuminated for you. This just fell out. The moon, we are just talking about the unconscious, Capricorn. So we leave that. This could mean womb healing, menstrual cycles, or pregnancy. Also, it could mean secrets for some men. Deceit, lies. Now let's see what Spirit wants you to know. The Hanged Man, again. The Hanged Man. You have to change your perspective and really tune into your intuition. Okay, and really know that you know the way, your heart knows the way, your body knows the way, but your monkey mind doesn't. Okay, now let's see your clarifier. Okay, it's beautiful. It says, no matter what you set out to do, you will complete. No matter how hard the path is, you will find completion. And it'll be beautiful, Capricorn. I'm so hoping you find completion because I know how hard you work. I know how much you put in. Aquarius, what can I say? You just had a new moon in your sun, and very shortly in March, Saturn is coming home. Yes, Saturn, your ruler, is coming home after 29 odd years, and you are ready to welcome him. Okay, for some of you, this is a Saturn return, and of course, Saturn will stay only 3.5 months in Aquarius and dip back into Capricorn. But boy, Aquarius, things have changed. You have an illumination in your 7th house of partnership, so relationships are changing, and this full moon could be about really bonding with your husband or wife, or finding someone new, or really, if you've already found someone, then you want to take it to the next level and propose to them and get married. I think this is a beautiful illumination for that. It does not only have to do with romantic partnerships, it could also do with business partnerships, Aquarius. So this is a good time to really sort things out, and maybe open up to your partner if there have been complications or problems. Okay, and really clear the air. With your husband as well, the same thing, Aquarius. So another thing that I just want to say is that something really good is coming to you from your 11th house, okay, which is Sag, where you have Mars is conjunct the galactic center. 11th house is the house of friends and gifts. So I just wanted to say that something very special could be moving there, okay, in your 11th house. Aquarius, Mercury going retrograde in your 2nd house of income could create problem, and Mercury will dip back again into your sign to revisit whatever themes and motifs she was dealing with, she was dealing with. Mercury is androgynous, so take care of your finances. Don't spend them like crazy. Another thing is Aries is your 3rd house, third house of siblings and neighborhoods, and your car. You could get a new car, Aquarius. 3rd house, Venus meets Chiron. You could get a new car, or you could even repair an estranged relationship with a sibling or a neighbor. If you've been feuding with your neighbor, something could come full circle. This is about partnership, about marriage, this lunation. So bond with your partner. Don't be your cold Aquarian self. Bond with that person. Okay. So Ace of Swords is a new idea that comes to you. And tons of new ideas are going to come to you. You better write them down, because Mercury, it will come back into your sign. And these ideas could have to do with your life or some kind of innovation, but they are definitely related to your finances. So figure that out, Aquarius, because you're going to have epiphanies, and you cannot ignore them, because those epiphanies are going to be crazy. Again, we've got the 7 of Wands, valor. So you will have to fight for what you believe in, if in terms of maybe an office meeting where you pitch your idea, and you may have to just stand your ground. Or it could be at home also, if people are attacking you about something. It's like you have to state how you feel and be open about it. Whatever this confrontation will be, it will require you to be full of courage. Because somewhere, you're not saying you're not courageous, you're very courageous, like Aries, and you both are visionaries, but this will require valor from you, Aquarius. Now, Pisces, Mercury is stationed retrograde, and this next 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, that Mercury will dip back again to Aquarius, which is your 12th house, Pisces. So subconscious is very activated. Thank God you have your ruler Neptune in your sign, and he's he's sextiling Jupiter, which is a really powerful aspect, which happened once in 2011, only one time, and this year it is happening 3 times. So Jupiter is the great benefic, so he expands everything. This is super powerful. And Pisces, with Aries also being your 12th house, we've got Venus meeting Chiron there, so tons of Aries is your second house. Aries is your second house of income, so that is going to be pretty. Your income is going to suddenly get a boost, because Venus meets Chiron in Aries, and Chiron was retrograding back and forth until 2 degrees, and now Chiron is also going to move forward into a new, into a new uncharted territory, and also motifs from May, from June, July, August are going to repeat, because that's when again Chiron was in the 2nd degree of Aries. That's where he's meeting Venus. Finances, money, self-worth is going to be important, for you, Pisces. Very, very important for you. And your siblings and neighborhood is also changing because of Uranus being there. There could be sudden disruptions with your brothers and sisters that you don't know how that happened. 3rd house also cousins and people like that. And don't forget that your family life is also going to change, because the nodes are shifting from the polarity of Cancer, Capricorn into Gemini, Sagittarius. And Gemini is your 4th house of family and foundations. And with this lunation in your 6th house, your health is definitely getting a big spotlight. Health, everyday work life, hidden enemies, pets, all of this comes into focus. Okay, so you have this huge 2nd house activation, and you've got this 6th house activation. Okay. What else? Let's see now what the tarot has to say. And also don't forget, Pisces, that Venus is doing quite a number on Chiron and really supporting this healing journey. Okay, supporting where we are headed. So card of Leo, where we have the lunation. Okay, Pisces, Leo is your 6th house. So your 6th house of health, as I said, hidden enemies. It's also about everyday work life that could, come into focus. You could even get recognized at work. Or if you're doing something by yourself, you could get some sort of recognition. Now let's see, again, pulling this was so awesome, because I was expecting that card, right? We've got this lunation in Leo, but it didn't pop up. Knight of Discs, so financial stability is on your mind. This is the Knight of Pentacles. If this is a person in your life, Pisces, they can be quite stubborn and, immovable in a way, like the bull. I sense Taurus energy. Some of you, Pisces, Taurus energy, Taurus. Taurus is a good sign for you, because ultimately you guys are sextiling each other. Think of water and mud. They can make clay, so it's not a bad combination. But I hope you like this tarot reading. Please share with your friends, and leave me a comment and like and subscribe. Please Tons of people are not subscribing. They just come watch the videos and leave. Why do you guys not like my channel? Don't you guys want to subscribe? What is it for you? Just click the button, you know, and there's a little bell on the side. Press that bell so you get notified every time I come live. And I'm trying to come live on YouTube as much as possible to really create content like never before, to talk about astrology and dissect it, to talk about magic, astrological magic, talisman making, tarot, tantra, all of this. And I cannot do it alone. I need your help. So please add to my subscriber count by, you know, telling your friends about my channel, or just supporting me in any way you can. Book a reading. I don't have a sugar daddy supporting me or, you know, buying me nice things. So book a reading, Tina@Tinaheals.com, and I do it all by myself. All of this is me from the beginning to end, in spite of all my responsibilities as a mother and a caregiver for many animals. I cannot do it without your help. I cannot do it without your support. So please consider a donation. PayPal me. You can find all the details. You can now contact me on WhatsApp. Just go to my website and directly click on the WhatsApp button and you can connect to me. Thank you for listening to me, and see you soon.